Hello everyone, this is my first time going live. Well, my first non-test stream going live at least, on YouTube. So I just decided I was going to keep it simple and well, just build a very small Lego set. So today I have the Lego Star Wars Captain Rex Microfighter. Oh, the lighting's a little off, I'm sorry. Just recording this on a laptop, so it's not exactly perfect quality, but yeah, you can at least see what it is. Very basic set, very good. Mainly, everyone buys this one for the minifigure, but the build is actually pretty solid. I built it one time off stream already, and it actually is pretty good. So yeah, it's well worthwhile. So here's the parts we have to work with, and there's a few other things that got mixed in this bucket because when I finish building a set, or when I build one, I put it in a bucket so that I know where it's at, and I don't have to dig everywhere for the parts. So that's good. So instead of going with the official instruction manual, I'm just going to do this by memory for the most part, or by looking at the box. So I don't know if there's anyone watching right now, but thank you if you are there. It's a big moment in history for me, at least. First live stream on YouTube. So let's see. Engines are probably one of the easier things to start off with on this build. They're pretty straightforward, pretty easy to figure out. Don't really need the instructions to figure these out because the build's pretty simple. The only thing it doesn't show you from the box is that you have to insert those little lightsaber type axles in there. So that's something that you find out when you're digging through your spare parts at the end and just have to figure out, where does this go? It goes in there. Okay, so that's one engine down. Very, very good. Okay, so that's our first engine for the Y-Wing. Let's see. And now we're beginning on the second engine. I know I don't have any music or anything yet in the background or anything. This is just a very, very casual stream because this is the first time I've streamed on YouTube. I mean, I have done other streams before, but this is the first YouTube stream. So no one's watching yet. I'm fine with that. Someday, someone will look back on this, see it as a historical video of some sort, I suppose. There we go. There's our second engine. There we go. I could probably put the box right there. Yeah, I put the box right there. People can see the building. That works pretty well, actually. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes for me, even though the instructions give you a particular method of how you're supposed to build the set, I still sometimes find it a little more calming to just build it from memory the way I remember it. The most important parts, like this little part goes on the back of the ship, that would probably be a bit later in the instructions is where it's at. But it's good. Let's see. Let's see this quickly. Just to consult the instruction manual for a brief moment. So see what I know for sure. Yeah, it goes like that. Okay. There's some things that you can't tell when you look at the box itself because it's just not immediately visible. The other things you can just go off the box, at least with a small set like this. I mean, even a smaller one like this is a bit more complicated than some of the ones that I remember from a long time ago, where you could totally build it off the box only. Let's see. It goes there, and that goes there. So let's go with this. Sure. You can kind of start to see the vehicle taking shape now. Okay, that's right. Okay, you have these going on the side. Oh wow, I'm almost 7 minutes in already. I didn't think this was going to be that long of a stream. I mean, that's still a pretty short stream, but not as long as I had expected it to be. One thing I appreciate about the design of this set is it seems like they actually built it so that you can take it apart easier too, because you have two of these plates instead of just one, and when you're taking it apart, that actually makes pretty good design sense. Okay, where are we at? Okay. Yes. Now, it's interesting because some LEGO Star Wars sets for the past few years use pink bricks like this. Can't really see it that good on camera. You can still see. That's a little better. But the reason why they're pink, I remember, is because supposedly one of the designers, their wife bakes them a cake whenever someone finds a way to integrate a pink brick into a Star Wars set or anything that's not specifically Friends or something for that matter. Wonder how that got in the box. But yeah, so if you see a pink brick in your LEGO Star Wars set, that means somewhere's in Denmark, some LEGO designer just got themselves a cake that was made because of that, his reward. So that's kind of a sweet story that I remember hearing about this. It's okay. I know. Okay. So I'm just going to attach the engines quickly. Just speed this along a little. That gives us a pretty good amount of form. Okay, let's see. Okay, so then we are going to add, what do we have here? Second part that goes up. Ah, there we go. Sometimes when in doubt, look under the brick separator. Seems like that's one of the places where parts seem to go missing a little bit. That scratching you hear in my background is just my cat. Everything's okay though. Yeah. It's coming along quite nicely by the looks of it. Like I said, this is probably just going to be a fairly short stream. Not super long, not over the top like some people who will just stream for multiple days in a row. I mean, I'm not ready for that yet. Someday, maybe, hopefully. But probably not today. I was really kind of hoping someone would show up, but I didn't advertise the stream to anyone, so anyone coming through, thank you for being there. As you can see, I'm pretty good ways along. Yeah. Just sometimes you just gotta keep going on stream, even if no one shows up. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it sometimes. And that's a good thing. Hello. Hello. Let's see. Where are we at? So I'm just building the Y-wing. Keep getting people coming in and then leaving. Don't really have the popularity of some people yet. Hopefully a few months from now that'll change for the better. Oh, sorry. Pretty early where I'm at, so still a little bit tired getting on the stream. I'm assuming most of the people who might be watching it this hour are probably on the East Coast, since it's a little bit later into the day there than it is here, even though I'm on the West Coast. So a little bit of a time delay. So there we go. So it's starting to take a little bit more form. Looking pretty nice, actually, as you can see. So just gotta keep going, And like I said, I did build this set one time off stream already, just to get a feel for it, and so that I could prepare to build it again later. So it is actually pretty well worthwhile, I would say. Building it twice. There's some things on the second time that I can say I didn't see on the first time that I was building it, as far as how to get through it faster and a bit better. But I think it's good. It's a good thing. Oh, cat's up to something. Don't know what the cat's doing. Hello there. There we go. See? There's the cat. If you're wondering. He's pretty nice, but just full energy sometimes. It's just partially I'm awake this early in the morning, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay. getting pretty far into the build now. So, yeah, it's coming along quite nicely so far. Here we have our little control panel. It's actually a printed piece, if you can believe that. Looks pretty good. Seems like I was kind of late to the printed piece game, though. I mean, there's a lot of other brands that already make standardized prints as the norm instead of it being the exception or an upgrade or anything special. So, I think I just finished the build already. So this isn't even a 100-piece set. Well, it is technically over 100 pieces if you count the fact that you get multiple little armor parts. I'm sorry, I'm used to the screen being mirrorized. That's why my hands aren't quite lined with where the camera is at just yet. Still learning how YouTube streams work. It's a little different. It's good. It's a little different. So, I think that just leaves these. And I already built Captain Rex because I built the set earlier. And yeah, pretty nice figure actually. It's just funny because some people say this was originally from a $700 set or something like that. And now it's just available, a very tiny little set that you can get for, I've seen this go as low as $6, $7, maybe $8. It usually retails for about 12, I think. I don't remember exactly right off the top of my head because I got it at a pretty good discount. But yeah, a lot of people just have mixed feelings about that because you can either spend $700 to get Captain Rex in the big, expensive UCS set, Ultimate Collector Series set, or you can just buy the very small little set that is only under $10 if you stop it right. So, budget-wise, this was definitely the one coming home. I remember growing up that Captain Rex was a pretty big deal character. They even used Captain Rex on the box art for a while, I remember, on some of the Star Wars sets. But for some reason, there were just never a lot of Captain Rex minifigures available in any of the sets. And the ones that did include Captain Rex were typically pretty expensive. I mean, I think the last time we got a semi-affordable Captain Rex was 2013 when there was a $25 set that came with Rex and Speeder or something. I don't remember what it was called. Bark Speeder or something. But yeah, that, and then there was like a decade gap where there was no Captain Rex at all to be found anywheres. Where are you? And then suddenly Captain Rex reappears in Lego form. And so far, this has been the only really truly affordable way to get a Captain Rex minifigure ever. Even when I was really young and the Clone Wars was still new, yeah, Captain Rex was always in really big sets, not necessarily UCS big at that time, but bigger sets that were like 80 or 90 or sometimes just 40, which was still a bit back then. But yeah, getting an inexpensive version that basically anyone can easily afford if they shop around, that's a good thing, especially for a popular character like this. And I quite like that. So here's the fully built SIP. And as you can see, it's pretty basic. It's pretty simple, but it looks nice. The camera isn't exactly the best, or the lighting isn't the best, but you can generally see it's a pretty good set. The other funny thing about remember that's why I put this here, about Clone Trooper minifigures is if you have Friends accessories, you can, funnily enough, put those into the same helmet hole. So there we got Captain Rex with a little bow on the helmet, which actually looks surprisingly nice, come to think of it. But yeah, you can do that, or vice versa, that you can put, this one doesn't really make as much sense, but you can put the clone accessories on Friends mini dolls, some of them. So that's nice. So yeah, same parts for minifigures, mini dolls, clones specifically. Kind of nice. It's always best if you wiggle them when you try to take them out. It helps them get loose a little bit better. And you're less likely to damage the part that way. Now, there's a few different accessories here, which are mostly all just duplicates of the same one. You either have the rangefinder or antenna, whatever you want to interpret that as. I mean, I know what it is specifically supposed to be, but it's Lego. You can still interpret it the way you want it to be seen as. Or you have just Captain Rex basic, or you have these little visors. Visor actually looks pretty nice. There we go. But yeah, sometimes the visor actually looks pretty good. Sometimes the rangefinder looks good. I'm not sure if I have a preference for one over the other in particular. But yeah, if it's a rangefinder, technically it would go down kind of like that. I think that's about right. Technically, the hole should probably be a little lower to align better. Still works. Still works though. It still looks pretty good. So overall, yeah, pretty good solid build. I would recommend it. If you can find the Captain Rex Y-Wing set for its Microfighter set, if you can find it for about $8 or anywhere below 10, you're getting a pretty fair deal, I'd say. About 100 pieces, 10 cents per piece. Logic works out because technically you get multiple little visors and rangefinders, antennas that are counted as one piece, even though there's 8 pieces in that one part. It's kind of an oddity about the way that they pack them out, but it's fine. So overall, I would have to say it's a good set. If you see it, pick it up. It's worthwhile. It's been kind of a quiet morning and kind of a quiet stream, so seeing as I've reached the end of the build, I'd like to thank anyone that might be watching for being there, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye. Peace.